Yeah, Chip, thanks for talking about it. I think it's one of the most important issues our profession has. If any profession is hurting in staffing, it's going to be a problem. But law enforcement has been very, very slow to adapt to sort of what needs to be done in recruiting because historically we've never had to recruit. We've had more candidates than we had openings. And so at that point, you're not recruiting, you're just sort of marketing your agency to the best and the brightest. And for many years, we did a great job at that. But I think we've tried to look for a simple solution to what is a very complicated problem. When the recruiting crisis happened 3 or 4 years ago, everybody ran out and they grabbed a website or they grabbed a video or they hired a marketing company. Very simple solutions because if we're honest, most of us in law enforcement, especially if you've worked in recruiting, you just sat back and waited for an applicant to apply. There wasn't a whole lot of effort on our end. And we thought those simple solutions would really fix it. And so I saw this at my own agency. I think they were spending $60,000 a year. And I think when I ran the numbers, they were getting 4 applicants from that. And so what you're seeing from these agencies is a lot of money flying around with very little results. And so it really sent me on this sort of research journey. And I wouldn't recommend it because, I don't think I need to be talking about recruiting, but it's a huge problem in leadership. So I've been talking about it. And what I found was recruiting is an actual skill. It's an expertise. And it's something that we really don't know that much about, even though we think we do because we're all cops. We can all do everything, right? But this is very, very important. And I found a company called Safeguard Recruiting. I appreciate you letting me mention them. They're actually former law enforcement. So they actually able to talk about and understand our problem. And man, they figured it out. Like it's amazing. They've got these processes in place where you basically tell them how many people you need, how many applicants you need. They give you a quote and they go get them. And it's really amazing. And so what that article is, Chip, is I decided after frustration of trying to talk to all these, I talked to a chief just the other day and I explained all these processes, told him how the marketing doesn't work because Safeguard, they actually have the data. They'll run ads and they see that the video doesn't do anything right and the other ads do because it's very, very specialized. Copyright, what the photographs look like, it takes an expert. And after I give this big long explanation of this chief, he goes, "We think you can figure out how to do a video." Like they just can't get this video thing out of their head because I think what they know what they want. They want a cool video, a tactical cool video, but that's not what people going into law enforcement necessarily want. And so, when I say it's hard to believe, but I've seen it, you can literally call them and say, "Hey, we're down 20 people," and they'll go, "This is what it costs," and they go get them because of the expertise they have. And you're going to say, "Oh, it's crazy money." It's a lot cheaper than what marketing's charging. In fact, I think I saw the last quote from them. Somebody was down, I think, 20 officers. I think their quote was, everything's different, but I think their quote was, well, let me just say this. The quote is always less than an annual salary of one recruiter at any agency. And it
Wow.
really is amazing. So I think what I'm seeing, there's something else going on. Like this is our sacred cow, right? Because this company comes along, they're doing what no one else is doing because everybody else is taking millions of dollars from people. One agency, real quick, they paid $3 million for marketing. Recruiting went down. This company came in and gave them hundreds of applicants for next to nothing. And because of the processes. So it's a very expertise, it's process. But I think there's a little bit of backlash, I think, because it's a complete paradigm shift, right? We have to change our minds on what recruiting is.
I get
And
it.
I think so many people are very hesitant to do that. But if we don't do that, I can guarantee you a website's not going to fix it. A video's not going to fix it. And recruiters going to job fairs definitely won't fix it. And so that's why I sat down with them. It's a master class. It is because for 1 hour, man, these guys poured it out. And I got to give them some credit. They don't have to do that. Like they're almost giving away the trade secrets that they're doing. Because they're really the only ones out there I've seen that's actually solving the problem. And I would just recommend anybody listening that's having a recruiting issue, you don't know what's going on, just give them a call. You don't have to give them any money. They'll talk to you. They'll send you some articles and videos. Just give them a call, safeguardrecruiting.com. And I'm very impressed by them. And that's why I always talk about them because they're doing it right. And I just need agencies to acknowledge that and to look into it because it's something to see for sure.
Wow. So you pretty much, I mean, I love the information and I think you're spot on, but I think you've talked me out of, later at the end of the show, I was going to have the three of us do a recruiting video for panelists for the LEO Roundtable show, but you've talked me out of it now. So disregard.
Well, the lip singing video may work, Chip. We could do a lip singing video and who knows, right? But listen, what I love about what they're doing, it's not just my opinion. They have the data. Data is everything. Anthony will tell you that. Show me the data. Don't give me your opinion. They've done over 300 of these campaigns, and they can tell you exactly what it takes to recruit the numbers you need based on their prior data, and they'll show it all to you. A lot of it's on their website. So it's very fascinating to me. I would love to quit talking about it because I would love to just solve this issue, but it's a slow go for sure.